Latest in Prince Harry's developing meltdown.
There's a history of Harry not being able to cope with life.
Harry is a damaged person, and damaged people cause damage.
Is it the only thing that I've been asking for throughout this whole process is safety?
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The grifters.
That hapless husband of hers, old Ginger Nuts. What's his name? Oh, that's right, Harry. The man without a plan, the runaway royal lost in America with no direction home.
Prince Harry's crisis, meltdown, breakdown, however you want to call it.
Meghan ruined Harry. Now that the once carefree, fun-loving prince has turned into a miserable moaner.
You know when your gut just knows something's off? Like you're watching a person walk through a crowd, but something about them feels not quite there? That's exactly the kind of chill that hit royal watchers like a punch to the chest when they spotted Prince Harry out in London last week. There he was, slouched shoulders, eyes glazed over, clothes wrinkled and drab. No royal strut, no cheeky smirk, no spark, just this eerie emptiness. It wasn't just off, it was heartbreaking. He looked like a shell, not the fiery, outspoken Harry we once knew. No tension, no charm, just a lost man floating through the streets like he didn't belong anywhere.
There was, of course, that infamous doorbell picture where it really did look as if he was on the hunt for something illicit.
And it didn't take long for the whispers to start flying. That now infamous photo, snapped outside a swanky private club in Mayfair, didn't scream celebrity under pressure. It screamed full-blown crisis. People close to the palace allegedly noticed right away this wasn't just jet lag or a bad angle. They said he looked frail, rattled, and completely checked out. There wasn't just sadness in his eyes. There was something darker, something unraveling, and it wasn't an isolated moment. Reports claimed Harry had been spotted multiple times during his London trip, wandering not just through streets, but emotionally too. Lost, distant, like he couldn't find his place in his own skin.
Is also said to be far from happy with the poor press he's been getting too.
One insider allegedly put it in words that haunted us. It's like he didn't know where he was going or why. And this isn't your typical tabloid hysteria. People who've worked closely with Harry say he has very specific tells, those warning signs when life starts squeezing him too. And they were all flashing in neon. The fidgeting, the constant scanning of the room like something was hunting him. He wasn't chatting, he wasn't smiling. One anonymous guest at the same event said he looked like a man trying to claw his way out of his own body. And the questions started rolling in. Why was he back in London? Where was Meghan? And why, in the age of instant PR cleanup, did his team stay dead silent while that unsettling image went viral for hours? Because maybe, just maybe, this wasn't just a bad photo. Maybe it was the beginning of something far more tragic.
She knows Harry is falling apart. She knows this has all gone so badly wrong.
Behind the tightly polished palace press releases and Meghan's curated Instagram aesthetic, there's reportedly a very different conversation happening, one that insiders are allegedly too afraid to say aloud. Because this isn't just about Harry looking exhausted. According to palace whispers, this might be a sign that he's slipping again into a place he once fought like hell to escape. The drinking, the emotional numbing, the moments where life just feels too heavy and the only way out is to shut it all off. The very demons he opened up about in his memoir Spare and the Me You Can't See docuseries, they might be back. And this time, they're not just knocking on the door, they're inside. One palace aide reportedly told a UK outlet, "We've seen this pattern before. He disappears, reappears in London alone, and looks like he hasn't slept in days." And tragically, it's not even surprising anymore.
Once carefree, fun-loving prince has turned into a miserable moaner, lashing out from the depths of his paranoia at a world he thinks is conspiring against him.
In Spare, Harry admitted he didn't party for fun. He self-medicated. Alcohol. It was never about thrill, it was survival, a desperate attempt to feel anything or just stop feeling at all. Now, those same signs are back, only this time the silence is deafening. Where are the carefully crafted rebuttals? The photo ops with Meghan, the cheerful interviews to squash rumors? Nothing, just radio silence. No Meghan by his side, no update from their PR team, no subtle "we're fine" appearances, just blank space. Insiders say this silence is what's scaring them the most. When a man known for controlling his own narrative suddenly goes quiet, something is very wrong.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Hi, I'm Meghan Markle.
And I'm Harry.
And we're royally screwed.
Meanwhile, while Harry is allegedly spiraling, Meghan's out here playing cottagecore influencer on Instagram. Instead of a statement of support or even a wink to Harry's distress, we got a sparkly pastel-filtered video of her swooning over flower sprinkles and thanking fans for buying out her latest jam, which may not even be actual jam. People weren't just confused, they were disturbed. Her husband is being described as visibly unwell, and Meghan? She's out here spritzing honey and talking about apricot pouches like it's business as usual. Even Meghan's most loyal fans had to stop and ask, wait, what?
Is not in a good place. I mean, we've known he's not in a good place for a long time.
This wasn't just bad timing, this was cold. And if you think Meghan didn't notice, think again. She notices everything. Meghan is strategic, intentional, curated. Every shot, every word, every silence, it's all crafted. So when she chose not to acknowledge Harry's public spiral, it wasn't forgetfulness, it was a statement. And that statement, it said, "This isn't my mess." And people are noticing. Sources inside her PR team are allegedly panicking. The optics are horrendous. The As Ever brand, meant to ooze warmth and luxury, is now tangled in this icy emotional disconnect. Meghan, the woman who once sobbed on Oprah about fighting for mental health, is now watching her husband crumble from a distance and selling honey while he breaks down. That's not branding, that's betrayal. But Meghan's chilling silence isn't the only betrayal unfolding, because there's another person, once their closest ally, who now feels ghosted in his own time of crisis. And that's Tyler Perry.
Another photo used in the promotions shows Harry's outstretched hand apparently shielding the couple from photographers. Only it's actually a cropped photo of Harry with ex-girlfriend Chelsea Davy, taken in 2007.
Yes, that Tyler Perry, the man who saved Harry and Meghan when they were at their lowest. He didn't just offer them a house, he offered them a lifeline, his private jet, his Beverly Hills mansion, his protection, his loyalty. He even became their daughter's godfather. But now, Harry is facing a lawsuit of explosive proportions, allegations of misconduct in the millions, a career-shattering headline. And what have Harry and Meghan said? Not a word, not even a thinking of you, not even a recycled quote, just silence. And according to insiders, Perry is hurt deeply because this wasn't just a favor, this was family. He went on Netflix to defend them. He literally said, "If you knew what I knew," like he was holding their secrets in his chest. He took sides, publicly, risked everything. And now that he's in crisis, they vanished. One royal analyst reportedly nailed it. Tyler Perry made himself a shield for Harry and Meghan. Now that he's under fire, they dropped the shield and disappeared. And that vanishing act, it's reportedly affecting Harry deeply.
Americans feel like Prince Harry is an emotional con artist who fabricates and exaggerates hardships to exploit compassion.
Sources say Harry has been eerily withdrawn since Perry's legal troubles hit the news. Not just from Meghan, from everyone. People who've recently interacted with Harry say he's shaken, not just by the allegations themselves, but what they mean for him. Because if Perry's image collapses, so does Harry's post-royal story. That Netflix docuseries, that Freedom Flight, that California fairy tale, all of it was built on Tyler Perry's foundation. And if that crumbles, what's left? But the real heartbreak, it goes deeper than Perry. Because now, the one place that once gave Harry identity, his own family, is shutting him out harder than ever.
Harry and Meghan, they have an issue when it comes to their memory and when it comes to the truth.
Prince Harry has lost a Court of Appeal case over security arrangements in the United Kingdom.
Insiders say the atmosphere inside the palace is icier than it's ever been. No warm invitations, no olive branches, not even a whisper of off-the-record reconciliation. Just stone-cold silence. And it's killing Harry. Remember, this is the man who once said silence is betrayal. Well, now, all he's getting from his family is silence. But not just any silence, this one cuts deeper than the tabloids ever could. Sources claim that not only is Prince William still boiling with fury, but even King Charles, the father who once promised to leave the door open for Harry, has shut it, locked it, and thrown away the key. Why? One word, trust. And according to those inside the palace, that trust isn't just broken, it's shattered. Between Spare, the Oprah interview, and that Netflix series packed with jabs at the royal institution, the firm reportedly no longer believes that anything Harry hears in private won't be broadcasted to the world. So, what do you do when you can't trust your own blood? You cut him off. Insiders say palace aides are now advising senior royals to communicate with Harry only through formal channels, emails, lawyers, letters with royal letterheads, not because they hate him, but because they're terrified he'll leak it. Imagine that. The son of the king, reduced to legal memos and cold formalities. It's not just heartbreaking, it's tragic. And for Harry, this isn't just losing a family, it's losing his very identity.
He's called Meghan Markle nasty and says he feels sorry for Prince Harry because his wife is a lot to deal with.
But what I think is that Harry is speaking his truth, which is that he's a very dejected and traumatized human being, and Meghan is projecting her truth.
Because back when he was a working royal, at least he meant something. He had a role, a place. He wore a uniform, he saluted his queen. But now, no royal home, no military honors, no loyal subjects, not even a country that fully claims him. And the bridges? Burned. Hollywood sees him as a liability. The palace sees him as a threat. And Meghan, well, she's busy selling jam. So where does that leave him? Adrift. But here's where things get even messier, because beneath all this chaos, insiders are whispering that Harry's supposed financial independence might be more fantasy than fact. He shouted from rooftops that he'd left the monarchy to build a life on his terms, and yet those close to the situation say his wallet might still be tied to Daddy. Despite claiming that the royal purse strings were cut back in 2021, palace insiders allegedly insist that Charles has still been quietly helping Harry, especially when the bills pile up or lawsuits drain the bank account. And why? Because reportedly, King Charles can't stomach watching his son fail. Even after all the public shaming, even after the betrayal, he's still a father. But every coin comes with strings.
How are Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton responding?
They're done. They're done. William doesn't even want to hear Harry's name. Harry's digging an even bigger hole for himself here.
Well, I think he's dug so deep now, he'll strike water any day now.
Insiders claim this quiet financial support is actually causing more tension behind the scenes. Harry's team wants total control over his narrative, his image, and every strategic move. But you can't be fully independent when Daddy's credit card is still floating your brand. Meghan reportedly is furious about it. Sources say she's pushing Harry to cut the cord for good, to prove once and for all that they don't need Charles. But cutting that cord? That means cutting off his last safety net. And with Harry spiraling the way he allegedly is, that net might be the only thing holding him back from completely falling apart. Because here's the brutal truth. Harry's demons never really left. They just went quiet for a while, and now they're screaming. He told the world he was healing, that therapy had saved him, that he'd unpacked the pain of losing Diana, the media trauma, the royal suffocation. He even became a poster boy for emotional vulnerability. But now that same man, the one who cried on camera, who opened his soul to Oprah, is allegedly unraveling in silence. And no one seems to be stepping in.
You think that's the only reason he doesn't want to talk to you, Harry? It's not that you trashed him, his wife, your brother's wife, everybody else, calling them all a bunch of callous racists. I think that might have played some part in why none of them want to talk to you or trust you as far as they could throw you. Obviously, if Harry did want to reconcile with his father, then perhaps he wouldn't be repeatedly attacking him on TV.
People who were once in his corner, mental health advocates, friends, even therapists, are said to be ghosting him. Texts go unanswered, calls ignored, invitations declined. Some former advisors reportedly walked away completely, citing unresolved patterns and conflicting priorities. Translation, he stopped listening. This isn't just a celebrity having a rough patch. This is a man who publicly peeled off his emotional armor and now may be crumbling underneath it. Once told the world he was doing the work, but sources now claim he's barely speaking to professionals, even though his behavior is visibly erratic, anxious, isolated, constantly on edge. Even his appearance is raising red flags. The sparkle in his eye, gone. The confidence vanished. And all the buzzwords, emotional intelligence, mindfulness, healing, empty now, Insiders are reportedly terrified, not for the PR nightmare, but for him. And if Meghan's handling of her brand is any clue, this story might only get worse. Because while Harry spirals in silence, Meghan's latest business endeavor is combusting in public.
Harry has been desperately trying to connect with his father and brother through old friends and retired courtiers. Neither have taken the bait.
The second drop of As Ever was supposed to be Meghan's big comeback, her proof that she didn't need a royal title to be powerful, but instead, it's been a total disaster. As one critic savagely put it, she's selling lifestyle without a life, and that disconnect is showing. Because while she plays entrepreneur, her husband is being photographed looking like he hasn't slept in weeks. It's jarring. It's cruel. It's like they're living in two different realities, and maybe they are.
Now, the king can end this feud. Harry's right. But not by shaking hands with this treacherous little weasel, but by stripping him and his wife of the royal titles that they love to use for commercial gain without doing any of the work.
So now, the question on everyone's lips is simple. Who's left in Harry's corner? Surprisingly, one name keeps popping up. A royal wildcard, Princess Eugenie, long seen as the quiet cousin, the neutral party, the royal Switzerland. But now, her recent public moves are sparking major speculation. But there's one thing we all know for sure. Whatever happens next, it won't be quiet, it won't be subtle, and it won't be simple. So tell us, what do you think is really going on behind palace doors and California mansions? Is Harry spiraling alone while Meghan builds her empire? Or is this just the messy middle of a bigger transformation? Drop your thoughts below, like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the next video, you won't believe what's coming next.